Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's 6 o'clock on a Sunday. We're doing an impromptu live stream, although pretty much all these live streams are always impromptu. But yeah, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Let's see, we got 16 people right now. That's pretty good for the start. Can someone in the chat let me know to make sure the audio is okay? The typical beginning of the live stream mic check kind of thing. Hopefully, it sounds okay. Because that would be really tragic if I was just like sitting here talking and everyone could see me, but no one could hear me. We got a couple sounds goods. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Ryan. Um, let's see what has been going on, everybody. I posted a video on Thursday. That shit bombed. You guys did not watch that video. That's like one of the lowest performing videos I've had in a long time, which is too bad because I thought it was a good video, but it was about post-trail depression, which I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, not that many people probably care about it unless they like just got back from a thru hike or whatever. So it's all good. But if you guys haven't seen that video, you should go watch it just to make me feel a little bit better about myself. But anyways, we got 46 people, 45 people. By the way, guys, if you're just tuning in, which all of you are because I just started a minute ago, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. We got 14 people so far. Appreciate that. But we got 50 people watching, so let's see if we can get that up there. I appreciate it. And a couple people commenting saying they liked the video. I appreciate. I know there's still a lot of you that watched it, but didn't do very well at all. Maybe the thumbnail was stupid. I'm getting kind of burnt out on my thumbnail ideas. I got to come up with some new thumbnail ideas. Whew. I need to drink a little bit more, but not too much because it's Sunday. Don't worry, Mom. Anyways, let's see if you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, any of that good stuff. You know how these go. Freaking everybody does these now. But I'm happy to answer any questions. I saw somebody, Lexi, who comments on just about every single video I've ever posted. Thank you, Lexi, for that, by the way. She asked, "Where's Flossie?" And the answer to that is, this was so last minute. Flossie wasn't even home when I decided to do this, and he like just got home a second ago, so I wasn't gonna force him into it. Let's see here. Chris still asking about Flossie. He's right over there, but he's cooking dinner and doing life things, not wasting time on the internet. Let's see. Jason Hawley said, shopping for a cheap rain jacket. It's not really a question, but if you're looking for a cheap rain jacket, I would recommend the Frog Togs rain jacket. There should be a link to it in the description. I've been rocking the Frog Togs for many, many, many miles now. They're cheap as hell. They're like $20 at Walmart, and it's the best. So I don't know about the best, but it's probably the best, honestly. I prefer it over like really expensive other jackets. So there's that. Check out the Frog Togs rain jacket, Jason. Valerie asked what I'm drinking. Bush Light. You know, it's the fall. I love the blaze orange cans. I don't even hunt. I just think it's cool. So I am rocking the Bush Light. That's also just what I had in my fridge. I got some Coronas too. Maybe I'll go grab one of those when this one's done. But then I would have to leave you guys for a second, which would be sad. Let's see here. Chris said, after the PCT, are you going to go for the Triple Crown? I mean, ideally, but Christ, I haven't even decided what direction I'm going on the PCT yet. So I think I would like to be a Triple Crowner for sure, but I'm not going to sit here and say that like, oh, I'm definitely going to get it. Like, that shit's hard. I don't even know if I'll be able to hike the PCT. Through hiking is tough, guys. Through hiking is tough. Sunday night wisdom for y'all. Dorothy said, hey, can I get a shout out to my mom? She's 82 and loves to watch your videos with me. Dorothy, shout out to your mom. That's awesome. If you're not trolling me, that's cool though. If that's true, I don't think there's many 82-year-old women that watch my videos, so that is awesome. Let's see here. Let's see. Have you ever thought of wearing comfy aqua shoes for hikes like the, oh boy, hard word. Not really, but I'm just dumb. Aladir water shoes. They have holes in the soles so water drains out and they dry really quick. I've never heard of those. Doesn't mean they're not good. Doesn't mean they're good either, but I don't know. I've never heard of them. Perhaps you can send me a link sometime and I'll check them out. Let's see here. Somebody said Montreal Canadiens still better than the Boston Bruins. That is not true. That is not true at all. Holy shit. I just got a $99.99 super chat, dude. Are you kidding me? From Brandon for that PCT 10 upgrade. Brandon, that is awesome. Thank you so much. Obviously, the super chats are really appreciated, everybody. But like, damn, $100 super chat. I think that's only happened like one other time since I started live streaming. Brandon, wow. This kid must have a trust fund or something. That's intense, but much appreciated. Seriously, that's amazing. That's like more money than I probably would have made from this entire live stream with super chats. So Brandon hooking it up. Damn. I feel like I need to like send him a postcard or something after that. Wow. Much appreciated. I'm like, I don't even know what to say right now. That's crazy. That's fucking awesome, Brandon. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll up here and get to some of these questions I missed from that freaking dump of a super chat. EJ Temi said, I probably missed it, but is the pod on a hiatus, referring to my podcast Trail Tales? Yeah, it's on like an unofficial hiatus, which basically means I just kind of stopped posting and didn't really think about it that much. I will make some more episodes, but right now, I don't know. I just like I got out of like sync after posting almost every single week for like 2.5 years, and now I'm just like I need like a push to get me back over the edge. I don't know. I have a bunch of cool episode ideas like in my head. Like I want to bring Baker back on. I've got a few people in mind as well, like some new guests and stuff, but like damn, I just need to I need to get back into it for sure. By the way, guys, we got 45 people, or excuse me, I always mess this up. 77 people watching right now, which is awesome, and only 45 likes, which is awesome, but not quite as awesome. So I always like to get the number of likes higher than the number of people watching by the end of the live stream. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do it. There's a reason every single YouTuber you watch tells you to do that annoying shit. It's because, I mean, most of you already know this, but in case you don't, when you engage with content, hit the like button, comment, even if you hit the dislike button for that matter, that like shows the YouTube algorithm, the mysterious algorithm that people like are into this because people are engaging with it, and then they push it out to more people, and then I get more rich and famous, which is the ultimate goal, obviously. That's the only reason I started hiking. So yeah, sarcasm aside, please hit the like button if you have not done so already. And if you already did, sorry you had to listen to that spiel for a few minutes there. But I appreciate all of you. Let's see. LL said, "What's the worst injury you've ever hiked through?" And that's a good question because I actually yesterday when I was at the gym, I rewatched I rewatched my Cranberry Lake 50 video I posted back in like July, I think it was, of this year. And I'm sure some of you recall that video. If you haven't seen that one, go watch it. That's probably my favorite video that I posted this year. But it definitely wasn't my favorite hike because I don't know what I still honestly don't know exactly what happened, but I ended up getting a pretty bad foot injury. I think I just went way too hard on day one and maybe overestimated my physical capabilities a little bit for that. It was early July, so it was kind of early on in the season, but it was like halfway through the season. I don't know. But anyways, I just went way too hard. I hiked like 20 miles way faster than I should have done it. And I hurt my right foot, which was bizarre because I've never had any problems with that foot at all. I've had like other aches and pains in other parts of my body that I always like kind of worry about in the back of my mind, but I never had any problems with this foot. And I fucked that shit up. And the spot, it was a big loop, a 50-mile loop. And so by the end of the day, I was 20 miles in to the loop, and I was like really far out. And basically, like normally when you get injured like that, like you want to get off the trail if you can, obviously. And like my injury was bad enough that if I had had the chance to do that, I think I would have. However, I just couldn't because I was so far into the woods that like I probably could have taken a slightly shorter route by just backtracking what I did the day before, but it still would have been like, a lot of miles. And at that point I was like, screw it. I'll just hike through it. And it sucked. But I got through it. It wasn't like a, dangerous situation or anything, but it was just painful. And then it took about a month and a half to fully recover after that. So I actually missed like a month and a half of hiking this summer, which is too bad, but still did a lot of miles. Let's see here. Um, American Hiker 69 coming in with the typical super chat. He said, not $100, but here you go, buddy. Hey, I appreciate all super chats of all sizes. Thank you very much, American Hiker 69. By the way, guys, this guy, he's also a Patreon supporter, so he pays me a little bit of money every month. Not very much, but it's just a couple bucks a month to join the Patreon. He donates there as well. So like American Hiker 69 has probably spent, I probably shouldn't say this because maybe it'll put it into perspective and he won't want to spend anymore, but he's very generous. I'll say that to this channel, which I really appreciate. A number of you guys are as well, other folks. And even if you don't do super chats and stuff, I just appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm still kind of scrolling up in the chat here. I always get sidetracked by the super chats, which I guess is kind of the point. That's why they put them in bright red if it's $100 super chat, for instance. Let's see. I just had a question I was going to answer, but I lost it. Bernie said, "Hey Kyle, what are those topo maps of? Kind of look like my living room." I'm assuming he's referring to those right there. I just found those at an outfitter for like $1 a piece one time. They were just in like a bin, like off to the side somewhere. And I love maps. Like maps are the shit. So they make great decorations. And so I just saw them and I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw some of those up on my wall. I do not remember where they are, but one of them's in the Adirondacks and the other two are in New Hampshire, I think. But I don't know. I just thought they looked cool, and they do. Flutist, not flautist, said, "What happened? Tendinitis." I'm assuming referring to my foot injury spiel I was in a second ago there. I'm still not sure exactly what happened, to be honest with you. I just took it really easy. Like I said, I went a month and a half without hiking at all, which sucked. But like I was super, super careful on it and it recovered. And I haven't had any problems since. I've done like some pretty hard hikes and a lot of running since then, and I've been fine. So I really don't know what happened. I just hope it doesn't ever pop back up in the future. Injuries worry me. Injuries suck. Let's see. Dorothy with a $5 super chat, but no question. Dorothy, thank you very much. And I think Dorothy was the one who I gave a shout out to her mom a few minutes ago. Yeah. So thank you, Dorothy. That's really awesome. Brian said, join the Patreon. I concur. I actually have a link to it in the description. If you're interested, it's all good. I don't expect any money. Like, this is all free content, but those of you that want to go above and beyond, like, you guys seriously keep this stuff going. Like, it's awesome. Annie with a $19.99 super chat. You guys are being super generous tonight. I really appreciate that, Annie. Annie comments on all my videos. Thank you, Annie. And I saw your message, Annie, about the Trail Tales sticker. I'm not just like sending out a bunch because I don't have that many, but I do have like a couple left. So Annie, if you send me a message, I can try to get that to you. I haven't sent a sticker out in a long time. Let's see. LL said, maybe it was a stress fracture, again, referring to my foot. You're young, so rest would have fixed it. It could have been. Although it felt like it was more like tendons. But again, I'm not really sure, honestly. I've gone to podiatrists a few times in the past for like other foot injuries, and both times it was useless. Like they basically just told me like, you're young, you'll be fine. So this time I was like, screw it, I'm not going to waste my time again. Yeah, I don't know. Brandon once again said, Kyle, you put countless hours into your podcast and make it available for all of us to consume. You keep me entertained on trail. So thank you for all the content. Thank you, Brandon. You're making me feel bad about not posting any Trail Tales episodes for a long time now. I really do need to get back into it. Dorothy said, I don't know how to do a super chat message. It is kind of tricky because another thing I went and rewatched the other day was last year I was on the Shill Brothers podcast, and during the actually the live stream podcast, and during it I like did a super chat and I accidentally didn't do a message. So it's confusing, Dorothy, but I'm happy to answer any questions even if they're not super chats. Derek Hand said, Favorite mountain in the Northeast? That is a tough question. That's a tough question, man. I can't. How about I break it down into region? In the Adirondacks, I only did it once, but Gothix was my favorite mountain in like the Adirondack 46. In the White Mountains, I think my favorite mountain is probably Mount Kerrigan, and here in Vermont, probably Mount Mansfield, just because that was the first mountain I ever hiked. Um, yeah, let's see here. Wayfarer of the Wilderness said, just got back from the Foothills Trail 10 minutes ago. Wow. I'm a broke ass hiker and can't give you any money, but I'll give you one hell of an attaboy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. The Foothills Trail is awesome. I hope you had a good time. I want to go hike that trail again, to be honest with you. Um, Hayden said, bruh, you got to come to the new climbing wall at Shield at Clarkson. I went to Clarkson University, everybody, and Shield is one of the buildings there. Yeah, they like redid that entire building right after I left. I was kind of pissed about that because it was all right before, but fuck. That's awesome. I heard I haven't been in it since. I've only been back to campus a couple times since I graduated. Let's see here. Matthew said, what happened to the sketch videos? That's a good question. I should do some more. I was sitting down earlier today. I was trying to brainstorm some ideas for like upcoming videos. And I was like, I have so many ideas for sketches, but I don't know. I just feel like when I do those videos, I go off on a tear. Like I usually like write them and then film them and edit them like all in like a manic episode over the course of a few days, and then I just put it out. So I feel like if I sit down and I overthink it too much, I just like get sketched out and I don't do it. But I should do some more sketch. I have a bunch of ideas for sketch videos. So I should do some more. I'm sorry, Matthew. If you have any ideas, put them in the chat. Let's see. It's also risky with sketch videos because like if it's good, like people love it. But if it sucks and it's not funny, it's just embarrassing, which I think for the most part, all the ones I've put out so far have been pretty good. But that's always a little fear in the back of my mind, you know? Not that I should let that dictate what I do. And I don't, but anyways, Free Heal, a very frequent commenter. I appreciate that. Free Heal, whatever that means. Attaboy. Attaboy to you, unless you're a girl. I don't know what gender Free Heal is, but either way, insert gender here. I appreciate the super chat. Chris said, you used to do random rants. Any more planned? I feel like most of my videos are still random rants, but what do you mean, Chris? You can get more specific in the comments. I'll try to answer that. And Kevin with a $5 super chat. You guys are coming in clutch tonight. Thank you very much, everybody. This feels especially good after my video freaking bombed last week. Kevin, thank you so much. Cheers, brother. Thanks for the content is what he wrote. Appreciate it, Kevin. Appreciate it, everybody. And here we go. Here's another one from Matt. Matt Lehman. Keep on keeping on. Matt, I will do just that. Thank you very much. Oh, and Free Heel also said, Free Heel is a telemark reference. Skiing thing. I got it. I would probably die if I tried to telemark ski. That shit looks hard. Chris said Patreon rants in the car. Yes. Yeah. So on the Patreon, I very infrequently do these like bonus rants. Usually like when I'm on my way to the gym or something, I just like turn on my phone and just like rant about stuff for a few minutes. I need to get back to that, Chris. So Chris, if you have any ideas, I did post one the other day, but I haven't done enough. So Chris, if you have any ideas, let me know. And Taylor's making fun of me saying I should know what Free Heel means. I didn't, but now I do. I have an Alpine setup this year, but it's not a telemark setup. Let's see. Let me scroll up a little bit. Once again, got sidetracked by all them super chats. Lexi said, have you done any camping in your vehicle? I'm about to try it next weekend because I don't want to pitch a tent in the dark. I slept in my SUV once when I was in I guess I was in college. It was this is summer, so I wasn't like on campus. I was just like, well, I was on campus sleeping in my car, but I did that once at the Waterville Valley Ski Resort parking lot in the summer. And then I think I hiked like the Osceolas the next day or something, and it sucked. I also slept in my friend's truck when I was in Montana because we were scared to sleep in grizzly country. That wasn't quite as bad because he had like a pretty big cab, and it made us feel safe. That was a sick trip. That was a long time ago. LL $30 Australian super chat. I do not know what the exchange rate is, but I'm going to guess it's a lot. So thank you very much. All currencies are accepted here. When are you going to come and visit us down under in Australia? I don't know. Are people even allowed to visit Australia right now? Seems like things are going kind of crazy over there, but what do I know? I've never been. I would love to go to Australia, honestly. That would be freaking sweet. And I will someday for sure. I don't know much about hiking there. I know Chase Mountains. That's a YouTube channel. He's from Australia, I think. I haven't really watched too many of his videos though. I don't know. Is there like through hiking in Australia? It's got to be something, right? It's got to be something. I would probably die if I went to Australia. I'd probably get bit by something that I've never even heard of. Let's see. Scrolling up a little bit, see if I missed any questions. I'm sure I did. Someone said Chase lives in Spain. Oops. Maybe I got that wrong. Like I said, I haven't really watched too many of his videos, clearly. Sorry, Chase, if you're watching this, which I doubt you are. Brian said, I listen to System of a Down 24/7 on a Bluetooth speaker. That is not true. System of a Down, they're all right. I made fun of them in a video once. They're actually not that bad. They're not as bad as Weezer. I hate the band Weezer. They suck. Flossie and I always make fun of the band Weezer. Let's see. Preston said Gossamer gear. The one is a good tent to get for the AT. Not really enjoying my current tent. I don't know, Preston. To be honest with you, I've been looking at that shelter as well. Gossamer gear, the one. That's the name of the shelter. They have a DCF version and a Sil Nylon. I'm assuming a non-DCF version. And the Sil Nylon one is actually like pretty reasonably priced. Tent for the weight. The last time I checked. The problem is the last time I checked, they were also out. Like they were out of stock. I haven't looked. It's probably been at least a month since I looked, but I'm actually thinking about getting that tent. So if anyone has any experience with that tent, leave it in the comments. I would love to know. Derek said F Weezer. I agree. Weezer sucks. Have you ever done the 290029 in Stratton? I have no idea what that means. No idea. I saw when Flossie and I did our Glastonbury hike, August, I think it was, we did it. There was a thru hiker we were camped near up there who had the Gossamer gear, the one shelter, and it looked pretty sweet. It's small, but it's like a single person tent. So obviously it's going to be small. It's lightweight. That's the point. So I don't know. It looks like a nice tent. Not going to lie. I'm kind of torn between that and a Plexamid from Z-Packs. Neither one of these tents I've used, but I know a lot of people like them. So, people are talking about the X-Mid tent. I feel like I've heard of this one too, but I'm not really sure what it is. Who makes the X-Mid? I'm Googling it. Oh, Durston. Somebody sent this to me one time, and I remember not liking it after looking at it for like 2 seconds, but I do not remember why, because I know a lot of people do like that. So yeah, maybe I'll look into this one too. Let me bookmark it. Bookmarked. Done. Chris Bentley, 20 is. I'm gonna look so stupid. Is that the euro symbol? I'm Googling that too. No, the pound from the UK. Okay. No, the euro symbol's a little E, right? I don't even know. I'm making myself look like a fool here. But Chris, thank you for the super chats. You can have a sticker as well, but I don't have that many stickers, so I can't just be sending out stickers to everybody. So you and Annie can get stickers. Chris, you got to message me where to send it and all that stuff, and I will try to get it out to you. I think I have a few left. I honestly haven't checked in a long time, but my Trail Tales design is so bad. I really need to redo that. I've been thinking about that for a while. Salmon Outdoors said, yo. That gentleman comments on my videos all the time. I really appreciate everybody who comments. Like, I recognize your names. I always try to call it out when I recognize your name. Because like I really appreciate that. Like, it's so cool how like there's like a core group of people who literally watch everything that I post. Like, that's amazing. I don't even do that for very many YouTube channels, even the ones that I really like. So thank you all very much. Brian, even though he's making fun of me right now, he's one of those supporters as well. Ryan Martinson, who also, I believe, is or was a Patreon supporter at one point. Do you plan on working the Ultra 8 list? I don't know what the Ultra 8 list is. Should I give it a goog? Ultra 8. Ryan, Ryan, please let me know what that is in the comments. You don't have to do another super chat, obviously, and thank you for the super chat, by the way. I'm not sure what the Ultra 8 is, but if it has the word Ultra in it, I probably wouldn't do very well on it, I'll be honest. But hey, Madison said, can you get Dutch from Dutchware or Crisco's Outdoors on Trail Tales? I'm not sure. I've heard of Dutchware, but I don't really know too much about him. And then Crisco's Outdoors, I actually sent him a message one time and he didn't even open it. So I don't know. He probably just didn't see it. I would love to have him on, though. He makes some really cool videos. Mark said, no Flossie, I'm out. Bummer. It's called Kyle Hates Hiking, not Flossie Hates Hiking. It would be cool to have Flossie here. I'll try to get him next time. But I want to be able to hold it down by myself, too. You know, it's my channel after all. Still waiting to hear from Ryan about what the Ultra 8 list is. Let's see. Nolan said single day Pemi loop ? I would love to try that. I wanted to this year, actually. For those of you that don't know, the Pemi is a really famous loop in the White Mountains. I think it's like just over 30 miles with like 10,000 elevation gain, roughly. I might have butchered those numbers a little bit, but somewhere around there. It's really hard, and I've done it as a backpacking trip, but I haven't done it in a single day. I know a lot of people who did it this year as a single day, and it sounds hard as hell. I respect the hell out of anyone who can do that in a single day, and I would like to try it. I feel like right now I'm sure I could do it. It probably would be very painful, and I definitely wouldn't be setting any speed records, but I think I could do it. But it's getting a little late in the season now, I think. Excuses, name of the game. Let's see. Here we go. Somebody filled in what the Ultra 8 is. Ultra 8 equals Northeast Ultra 8 equals NEU8. Very long, difficult hikes from the Catskills to Maine that are meant to be completed in 24 hours each. I think I have heard of this, actually. Is the Cranberry Lake 50 one of those hikes? I feel like I have heard about this. But I feel like there's probably no way I could do it. Ryan could probably do it, the gentleman who brought that up with his super chat there. He's a badass hiker. Yeah, Mark said Tahoe Rim Trail is sweet out here in the west. Tag it before it burns. Mark, I was going to hike the Tahoe Rim Trail this summer, and then fires happened like right when I was supposed to go. So ended up going to Colorado instead. I would love to hike the Tahoe Rim Trail. That's definitely on my list still. I've been blabbing so much. I forgot to drink my beer. Nolan said, you should have Liz Kidder on my podcast. I'm assuming he's referring to for her long trail completion or trail slipper. I think trail slip, is he Syntax's friend? Dude, I would love to talk to that guy. I would love to talk to Liz Kidder too. Yeah, okay. Here's Ryan with the definitive answer. Also, thanks to Sam who gave the answer before. The New England Ultra 8 hikes in a single day. The Pemi Loop, Mahoosuc Traverse, I think it is, Presidential Traverse, Devil's Path, Great Range Traverse, Saranac 6, Granbury 50, and then the Taconic Crest Trail. It's something like that. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I could do that. I'll be honest. Stuart said, what knife, if any, do you take on a hike? Yeah, so this is a little controversial. I made a video like a long time ago now, a couple of years ago, where I said that I don't take any knife. And then people were ripping on me in the comments of that video. And since then, I do take a knife, but it's just like this. Do I have my wallet in here? No, I don't. It's outside. I have just a wallet knife, like one of the ones that like folds up so you can put it in your wallet. It's like the size of a credit card. And so I just take that. It probably weighs like not even an ounce. Like it's wicked light. So that's what I take. Yeah. Yeah, people ripped on me for that video. People were also ripping on me for the one I made a few months ago about budget backpacking. Um, oops, trying to find it here, find the title. There's the one with REI in the thumbnail, and I had a big red arrow that said no pointing at REI. People did not like that. People did not like that at all. It almost has 50% dislikes. I thought it was a good video though. I was talking about money traps. 3 backpacking gear money traps beginners fall for. I thought I gave pretty good advice in that video, so I don't know. Wendy coming in with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. My 12-year-old son and I are starting the AT the beginning of March. Any glove suggestions? Oh man, that's awesome, Wendy. Best of luck to you and your 12-year-old son. Um, I don't really have. I wish I had some good glove recommendations, but I honestly don't. I usually don't even take gloves. If I had started the AT in March, I definitely would have. But I just have a pair of serious, or is that what they're called? I think they're called serious glove liners, and they're all right. But I can't say with any definitive. Uh, I can't say definitively, Wendy, any like glove recommendations. I wish I could, but I'm not going to bullshit you guys on here. Probably shouldn't have said that. She's talking about her 12-year-old son. Oops. But yeah, I don't have any, but I'm sure somebody in the chat does. So if you guys have any glove suggestions for Wendy and her 12-year-old son starting the AT in March, put them in the chat. Hopefully we can hopefully we can help her out a little bit after my unsatisfactory answer. But Wendy, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel. All of you guys, much appreciated. Matthew said, I love REI. I just don't rely on them for any advice. That's kind of the boat I'm in. Like I have a membership to REI, but it's just like I just don't like it. I don't even know if I talked about this in the video. I honestly can't remember what I said in the video, besides the fact that I remember thinking it was a good video and thinking my advice was good, which is why I'm still standing by it. But they have a lot of good gear there. But if you walk into REI expecting to get completely outfitted for a backpacking trip, you're probably going to waste a lot of money and probably not get the best gear either. So that's kind of my stance on that. But REI is sick. Like I am a member. I go there quite frequently. In fact, I got to go there this week to get my bindings mounted on my skis. Let's see. Madison said REI equals return every item. They do have a pretty generous return policy. I've yet to use it, but I've heard about it. Preston said, any plans on Alaska hiking? That would be sick. No plans on it, but that would be sick. I would probably die. Put Alaska on the list of places that Kyle would probably die if he went. And I don't want to die because I want to keep live streaming and getting your super chats. So probably shouldn't go to Alaska. By the way, guys, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. We're at 94 likes, 130 people watching. Let's see if we can get up to 130 likes before we're done. I always like to get the likes higher than the number of people watching by the end. That's the goal. That's the dream. So yeah, hit the like button if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's see. Get to some more questions here. I see Mike's Trail Archives saying Dixie likes possum down gloves and Showas for waterproof gloves. Trying to help out Wendy there with some glove suggestions. Appreciate you guys helping her out there. Salmon Outdoors as well, helping out. Flutist, not Flautist, said, what are you looking forward to the most with the PCT? I think just being in a different part of the country that I've never been to. Honestly, that sounds like pretty fun. There's a lot of things that I'm nervous about too. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I'm just looking forward to being a freaking dirty through hiking piece of shit again. That's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to making videos out there too. By the way, if anybody watching is a video editor, I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do in terms of putting out content when I'm out there, but I kind of like the idea of having an editor edit the videos for me so I can focus on actually hiking, because that would be really hard. And that way the videos could be better quality too. So if anybody out there watches my videos, a lot and kind of gets the vibe of my editing and is an editor themselves, they want to be involved, contact me via email in the description or on Instagram. Those are the two easiest ways to reach me. Um, yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there. You're probably going to hear me say that a lot this winter. I'm going to really try to find like a nice editor, a sick editor. Let's see here. Emily said, "What are the top 5 trail towns I should?" Love making fun of people's grammar, but Emily, what trail are you referring to? Maybe she's talking about the and then she commented below. I see it now. What are the top 5 trail towns I should hit on the AT? That is a good question. Top 5 trail towns. Duncan, in no particular order. Duncan, Pennsylvania. Damascus, which you have to hit because the trail goes right through it. Manchester Center, Vermont's a pretty good town, although there's not great lodging options there. Is that 3? Let's see. Hot Springs was a pretty cool town. One more. Let's see here. Monson, Maine, which again, you kind of have to go to because it's like the last trail. Yeah. But just about every trail town I went into, I liked. People complain about certain trail towns sometimes, but I didn't really have many times where I went into a town. It was like, oh man, this town fucking sucks. Like most of the time they were pretty sweet. Let's see here. Front Royal, Preston said. That's another great town as well. Mike said, you might want to hit up Liz Kidder. She was editing and posting during her hike herself. A lot of people edit and post. Like I see Taylor in the chat, like she was doing that too. But I just don't want to do that, honestly, because I feel like it's hard to do like a really detailed like edit and also be hiking. IBTat does it. He does it like a pro. And like I've watched a lot of his videos. And I don't know how he does that. I honestly don't think I have that in me. So that's why I want to find an editor. Taylor said Lincoln, New Hampshire is another great. Lincoln is a great trail town for sure. Chris said, is Flossie doing any more ultra marathons soon? He's doing one in April, actually, if all goes to plan. Maybe I'll make another video of it. That video didn't do very well, but it's a good video. So you guys should go watch that one too. I posted it a couple weeks ago. Let me take a sip here. Flutist, not flautist, said, have you done all of your own editing thus far? Yes, I have. I edit everything. I do all the work around here except for the entertainment. Flossie does that. But everything else is, it's all me, folks. And I have a full-time job too, which is why it's nice when people come in with the super chats and even just when people support in any way. It's really awesome. Let's see. Nolan said, what age did you get into hiking? I first started getting into hiking when I was like 15 or 16. Did some day hikes and then got into backpacking. I was probably like 16 when I started doing my first backpacking trips. And yeah, it was sick. I was an idiot back then, but it was so much fun. Oh my God. Some of those first backpacking trips I ever went on, some of the best memories I'll ever have in my life. As the crow flies says, will you be a trail angel? Will you be a trail angel for 2022 thru hikers? Probably not. I got stuff to do. Let's see. Is it Elena Osborne edits all her videos after the thru hike. They are damn good. Yeah, her videos are fucking sick. Her videos are next level. I don't really want to just go an entire thru hike without posting any videos though, because people are going to lose interest in the channel. So I really want to be posting consistently while I'm out there. So I got to figure that one out. I'll definitely do like a edit of the entire hike once I finish too. Like everybody does that. They like vlog their hike and then they make like one big documentary after they get back. So I'll definitely do that too, but I want to be posting consistently when I'm out there. Lexi said an editor would be good because then you can focus on the once in a lifetime experience of hiking the PCT. That's what I'm saying. It's hard enough just to focus on filming while you're backpacking. So let alone also editing like consistent content, like people do it. Lots of people do it, but damn, it's hard. I've never done it, so I don't know. I'm not saying that because I've done it. I'm saying it seems hard. So that's why I want to find an editor. It's also tricky because like I don't bring in enough money from this channel to pay like a, you know, like a really like sick editor either. That didn't come out right. To pay like a really like experienced like professional editor, which is why I'm kind of leaning on people in the comments, people who watch this channel, hoping I can find someone that's like a solid editor like me, but like also, it's gonna be tricky to figure it out. I'm definitely gonna pay them for sure. I don't know how that's gonna work out either. How much I'm gonna pay them? I don't know. There's a lot of things that need to be worked out still. That's why I'm starting to talk about it now, but I'll figure it out. Boy Scout said, "What software do you use for editing?" I use as much free and open source software as I can. I try to minimize costs as much as I can with this channel. Um, and so I use HitFilm Express, it's called. It's kind of like Premiere, but it's like not as good, but it's fine for my needs. I've used it since day one. Although the latest release of that software was, I shouldn't complain about it because it's free, but like, damn, they fucked up. When I was editing the video from Flossie's Ultra Marathon, I was having like a lot of problems with like rendering and some other things. I was like, damn, like I almost thought I wouldn't be able to finish the video because of that. So I ended up uninstalling the latest version and reinstalling a previous version. um, Solomon Outdoors, I'm liking the camera questions right now. Because that's the thing, when you make YouTube videos, like you get super into cameras and editing and stuff, but like the videos are about hiking. So like most of the time people don't want to hear about that stuff, which makes sense. I get that, but it's kind of nice to nerd out about this stuff from time to time. Um, Solomon said, "What camera are you going to use for the PCT?" I think I'm probably just going to use the camera I have now, to be honest with you. Canon EOS R. I'm probably gonna get a new cell phone too that has a much better camera than the one I have. Maybe I'll bring the GoPro. Probably not though, because I don't think I'm gonna be getting rained on very much. And the GoPro film quality is not that good, as you can probably tell because I'm using it right now for this live stream. The lighting's not great in here either, so it's kind of my fault too. But I don't know. I'm probably just gonna use my big old mirrorless camera. Um, let's see. Let's see. Any plans this is from Emily? She said, "Any plans to come back to the Catskills? There's a couple of other long hikes in addition to the Devil's Path. Some of you guys might recall last year, me and Flossie hiked the Devil's Path with Syntax 77. Emily, I don't have any plans to come back to the Catskills. I'm not gonna lie to you. Doesn't mean I'll never go back. I will go back eventually, but no plans. Probably not anytime in the near future." Um, Bucky said, "High five hit film, using it now for some video." Yeah. Hit films, it's aight. Do you pay Flossie a cut of your fat YouTube cash for the vids he's in? I've never like just directly paid him, but I do try to buy him stuff every now and then. Um, I probably need to pay him a little bit more though. I don't make that much money from this channel, guys. It's like it's just a hobby income kind of thing. Um, yeah. Chris said, "Why not use the phone with an extra SD?" I'm assuming he's referring to the camera discussion for the PCT. I like using a full camera. I've gotten pretty comfortable with my camera now, and I know that cell phones these days, especially the new ones, obviously take like a wicked good video. So like, I get that, but it'd probably make it easier too not to carry my 3-pound camera. But I just like it. I like my camera, so I'm probably gonna bring my camera still. Um, Boy Scout said, "What model GoPro are you currently using?" This is a Hero 8, and it is refurbished, and it's not very good. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty cheap when I bought it, so it's fine, but it's not great. I've had a lot of microphone issues with this GoPro. In fact, during the Flossie Marathon video, he filmed like way more than I included in the video, but it just got messed up because the microphone on the GoPro gets all shitty whenever it gets even like slightly wet, and so I couldn't include a lot of that footage. It's too bad. So I'm not a fan of this GoPro. However, like I said, I bought it refurbished, so maybe that's why. I'm not sure. Um, but I don't know. It's good for skiing too. I like to make. You guys got to follow me on Instagram. I posted a skiing video once on here and did not do very well, so I probably won't be doing that again. But I do like to just make like quick, like 30-second edits from my ski days and then just put them up on my Instagram story. So if you're interested in that, go follow me on Instagram. Ski season is fast approaching, so I will be posting those very soon. Emily said, best Vermont beer. I'm a Zero Gravity fan, but County Girl 207 said Switchback is the best Vermont beer. I also like Switchback very much, but probably not my favorite. I think Zero Gravity is my favorite. Madeline said, is there a place where I can apply to be your editor since you're looking for one? Hey, the first interest in the editor. There's no place to apply, Madeline, but send me a message on Instagram or an email at Kyle Hates Hiking. That's Instagram. And the email is in the description. My voice is giving out here. I guess that means I should probably drink some more beer. But yeah, either one of those two places. That's awesome. Thank you. Amy said, your ski video scared the crap out of me. Yeah, because I'm not that good of a skier. Let's see. Boy Scout said, what mirrorless camera are you using? I have a Canon EOS R, and it's sick. Matt said, would you get insurance on your camera equipment for the PCT? Probably not. Probably not a bad idea, but I've had my camera for over 2 seasons now, basically season and a half, and it's been fine. Zach Adkins said, do you do any rock climbing? No, I don't. However, my girlfriend does, and I just learned how to belay on Friday, and I didn't fuck it up. I didn't kill anybody doing it. So rock climbing, it's fun. I've never gone outside. Not like something I'm super interested in, but it is fun to do every now and then for sure. Greg said, what glass do you use with your Canon? What that means for you non-camera folks, he's referring to what lens. I have a few different lenses, Greg. I have a nifty 50, they call it, a 50 millimeter 1.8 aperture, and I use that for a lot of the talking videos where I'm like standing and just like talking about like bullshit or whatever in my backyard. And I don't bring that one on trail though, because it's too, what do you call it? Opposite of wide, narrow to like hold and like talk to the camera. So for that, I have a 22 millimeter f 2.8 Canon EF lens that I use. So yeah, that's what I do. And I have a converter from my, because like we're getting into the weeds, the camera weeds now. My lens has an RF mount, or excuse me, my camera has an RF mount, but the lenses that I have are EF lenses, but there's a converter. So that's what I use to convert them, because the EF lenses are cheaper than the RF lenses, and they, in my opinion, they look just as good. But you know, my camera quality will never be the best out there. I just try to keep it like good enough that it like nobody ever complains about it, which I really haven't ever had that happen. So but it's never gonna be the best quality in the world, that's for sure. I'm much more focused on just making entertaining content than like stressing over like every detail in terms of the quality, the actual picture quality, that is. Boy Scout said, have you ever had gear stolen while sleeping on a thru hike? No. I've never even heard of that happening. Did that happen to you? That's terrible. I've heard of people's gear being stolen, very rare, but I have heard of people's gear being stolen in town when they like leave their backpack outside like a store or something, when they go inside the store and someone like takes their gear. But I've never heard of someone's gear being stolen while they're sleeping. Damn, that's nuts. A lot of stores along through hiking trails don't like you to bring your gear inside the store with you, which like makes sense. Like I get it. They don't want a bunch of people walking around with like these disgusting, stinky, huge backpacks. They also don't want people taking food and shoving it into the backpack and stealing it. So like I get that, but I don't like it when stores make you leave your stuff out front, because I'm always really paranoid about stuff getting stolen. We don't want that. And so usually when that happens, I if the store won't let you take it inside with me. If they do let you take it inside, I always do, even though it's probably not like the best thing to do to the store. If it's a grocery store, I usually get a cart and then I put my backpack in the cart, so at least it minimizes that the the space a little bit. But if they don't let you do that, I like to go to the back of the store and find a place to stash it where it's hidden. I will never leave my pack outside a store unattended. No way. Madison with a $7 super chat. Madison, thank you very much. Madison wrote, tried filming my Pemi loop, setting up the camera and tripod for shots of myself walking was exhausting. I don't know how anyone does it and puts in miles still. I don't know either. I never do those shots. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed this, but I've never, I don't think I've ever done a shot where I set up the camera and then walk by it and like pretend that I don't have to go pick it up afterwards. I've done shots where I set up the camera at like an overlook or something, and then I walk past it and go enjoy the overlook, then come back to it to pick it up afterwards. But I never do the shots where I like set up the camera, walk away, pretend to hike by, and then go back and get the camera. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's what like everybody else does. So I've always been like, A, don't want to do that because everyone else does it. B, I don't want to go pick up the camera, just like Madison said. So I try to limit those. I don't know how people do that either. Like IBTAT does that a ton, and they look great, but I don't know. Not for me. I have to cough. Excuse me. Chris said, so you film on on your phone, GoPro, and camera, pretty much. I don't film too much on my phone, but every now and then some phone shots will make it in there. I'm gonna butcher this name. RS Pundis said, why the South Carolina flag? Referring to that bad boy right there. My parents got me that as a gift a few years ago. They live in South Carolina, and it's a beautiful flag, beautiful state too. So that is why I have a South Carolina flag. Mark said, I'm assuming he's referring to IBTAT. Probably did 500 extra miles going back for his camera. Probably. That's what it looks like. But dude, I don't know how IBTAT makes those. His videos are amazing. Like such good quality. And he did it all while he was through hiking the freaking CDT. Like that's, I don't know how. I have so much respect for that. His channel is so underrated. He deserves like way more subscribers than he has. So if you guys haven't subbed to IBTAT, go do it. Let's see. Matt said North Carolina is better than South Carolina. In terms of hiking, it is, but they're both great states. They're both great states. All right. Let me scroll up a little bit, see if I missed any questions here. Chris said, not bothered about the swearing as it makes the channel, but does the YouTube police demonetize you on these? No. I bleep most of my, I mean, not on the live stream, obviously, but on my regular videos, I always bleep the swears, which helps. I've never been demonetized on one of these live streams, so I'm surprised. I do swear a lot, but I don't know. I've never been demonetized. Thank goodness. Ryan said I subscribe to IBTAT. Hell yeah. IBTAT is the man. I gotta have him back on Trail Tales. For sure. Lexi said, my mom is from South Carolina. Nice. Where's she from? Spartanburg? Charleston? What's that city right outside of Savannah? Fuck. What's that? It's got a really funny name. Hardyville? Hardyville. I think it's Hardyville. She from Hardyville? Austin said, have you ever hiked in West Virginia? If not, do you ever plan to? I've never hiked in West Virginia. I've really only been to West Virginia like once when I was in high school, and it was not for hiking, but I would love to hike in West Virginia. I hear really good things about the Dolly Sods. I think that's in West Virginia. Isn't there like a cranberry in West Virginia? Let me see. Fact check myself here. Cranberry Wilderness. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Cranberry Wilderness. So I would love to hike in West Virginia. Let's see. Nick said, sorry, just joined. So if you answer this, ignore. Oh, shit. I already did answer this. But Nick, I appreciate you. You comment a lot, so I'm going to answer it again. He said, "When are you going to do Trail Tales again?" Oh my god, I feel so bad. Everyone wants Trail Tales to come back. Oh my god, I will do them again. I can't give you a time, but I will do them. I will do them, I swear. It's very vague and unhelpful, I know. James said, "A little love from South Carolina." This is a super chat, by the way. Thank you very much, James. A little love from South Carolina. It's a beautiful state. Come do the Foothills Trail sometime. James, I already did the Foothills Trail, dude. I did it. It's one of the very first videos on my channel, so you might not have seen it. Um, but go back. You know what? I'll just throw a link to it in the description. I can copy it. Right, here we go. James, go watch this one. It's my first. This was actually my very first on trail video I've ever made, right? It was the first one I edited, at least. Might not be the first one I uploaded, but first one I ever edited. So crazy on me. Quality is not as the editing's not as good. The anything is not as good. But it was a great dude. That trail was amazing. James, I would love that trail again sometime. So I will go back to South Carolina and hike it again. Let's see. I wish South Carolina had more hiking because my folks live there, so it'd be really easy to go down and hike. But unfortunately, they live in the opposite part of the state from the mountains. Karen Griswold said, "Saying hi, Kyle, from over here in New Hampshire. Let's go. New Hampshire is awesome. I love New Hampshire." Let's see. Taylor Barnes said, "Planning my first trip to the Whites late May, early June, starting with the Pemi and maybe some of the Prezi range. Any tips for a first time 4,000 footer?" Those are going to be tough. I'm not sure how much hiking experience you have, Taylor. If you have a lot of hiking experience in other places, you'll be fine. Even if you don't, you'll probably be fine, but they're tough. So I would say tips, go into it knowing that it's going to be tough. If you're mentally prepared for that, you'll be good to go. And try to get yourself in shape too if you're not ready for that. That the better shape you are, that's going to help a lot too. That was a very jumbled answer. Nick said, "What do you think about carrying a drone on a hike?" Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. Good question. I appreciate the question, but I've never used a drone. I would probably crash it, and I don't want to carry it. Too heavy. And it's like, how many drone shots can you put in one video? Like, you can really only put like 2 or 3 max before they just get like annoying or like overused. So it's like, then again, I always put in the same shot where I like put my camera up in the sky and like turn a little bit. So I don't know. I'm not going to carry a drone though. Plus, it's like they're not allowed in a lot of areas, so you have to be careful about that. And I'm not hating on anyone who carries a drone like IBTAT, but not for me. Let's see. Taylor said, "I'm expecting a hard time for sure, but we're taking a week trip, so definitely giving myself more than enough time if needed." That's good. I'm glad to hear that. It's probably going to be pretty muddy in May and June as well, so get ready for mud. Emily said, "What do you think of accounts like 80K Fun Police?" I really haven't. I've like scrolled through that Instagram account like one time. I honestly don't really remember what it was even about, but I like fun. So if they're policing fun, I don't like it, but I don't actually know what it is. So no comment. Chris said, "Ever had any strange people you met on a hike which made you uncomfortable?" Yes, on that Foothills Trail hike. I didn't get the encounter itself on video, but we talk about it in the video. Let me see if I can find this spot. I actually put our Foothills Trail hike into 2 different videos because I had no idea what I was doing back then. In hindsight, I probably should have just done one video, but I did not. I'm trying to find out where, if it's in the first video or the second video. I think it's in the first video. I think it's in part 1. So go watch that. We talk about it. Mention it in a few other places as well. Morris Murray said, "Is the lady with the dog? That is the story I'm referring to." Yes. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice here. Scrolling up a little bit. If you guys have any video ideas that I should make over the next few weeks too, I'm all ears. Always looking for video ideas. Um, Austin Davis said, if you could only recommend one piece of gear, what would it be? Ooh, I would recommend my headlamp, which is the the Nightcore NU25 headlamp. That thing is awesome. That's my favorite piece of gear. I've actually thought about doing a video on that. Can you guys hear my chair squeaking in the background? It's kind of annoying. I love that headlamp. Don't get the white one though, because you will get sweaty and it will turn brown. Get the black one. I made that mistake. That headlamp is amazing. What a great headlamp. Let me just take a second to appreciate that headlamp. Like, fuck, it's a good headlamp. It's light. It's really bright. I've never run out of battery with it. It's rechargeable. You can modify it so that you can put a bungee cord on instead of having the normal strap, so it's even lighter, but I didn't even bother to do that because it's so light, but a lot of people do that. It's a great headlamp. I think I have a link to it in the description if you guys are curious. Matt said, video idea, place, I think he meant beer or spirits in your water bottle for a day hike. Sounds like a good idea I think that video idea would morph into idiot YouTuber gets rescued via helicopter and fined for the rescue. It would be funny. Colin said, any content around the collegiate loop? Colin, no videos, but I'm thinking about making a podcast about it. Just like going through some of the things that I learned from my first time hiking in Colorado. So that's a possibility. I should do that. That would be a good way to get back into the podcast, maybe just like a solo episode. Take some time to address the elephant in the room of not posting for so long. So maybe I'll do that because I learned a lot of stuff when I was hiking in Colorado. That was an amazing hike. It's so sick. Yeah. I've been going for more than an hour and I haven't had to pee yet. I was worried about that. Because like when Flossie's here and I have to pee, I can just go pee. And he can hold it down for a second, but I don't want to just like leave for a second. What do other YouTubers do? I don't really watch that many live streams. Like what do other YouTubers do when they have to pee in the middle of a live stream? Because like if I had to pee, like I don't want to just sit here and hold it. Like that's no good. Let's see. Amy said I should do a video doing Thanksgiving on trail or another Christmas video. That's a good idea. Maybe I can make turkey with my canister stove. Probably not. Probably not. Mike said just pee in a bottle. Yeah, I don't think so. How bad would that be if I tried to do that live on the internet? What if I like accidentally like slipped? There's a lawsuit. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Vagabond Bandita. That's a cool name. $5 super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. Super chats keep this stuff going. Let's see. Favorite mid layer. Trying to think what will work best for PCT snow and desert nights. You see, I haven't hiked in the snow or the desert very much, so it's tough to say. So instead of recommending a specific mid layer, I'll just talk about my layering system real quick. So for like, we'll say colder weather, I don't know about snow, but for like, fall, we'll say temperatures down in like the 30s and stuff, I do a base layer, like a tight base layer, both, long underwear and like upper body. I just have the Patagonia Kappa line from sponsorship I did with Backcountry last year. And those are really awesome. They're lightweight and they're warm as hell. And then from there, I'll do like some sort of, I call it a fleece, but I don't even have a fleece. But like if you had a fleece, probably do that next. Or I just have like a long sleeve, like polyester shirt. Or when I was in Colorado, I used my sun hoodie for this layer. So put that over the base layer. So I guess that's kind of like a mid layer. And then I would put my down jacket over that. I also usually have like a pair of pants as well in colder temperatures. So I'd put the pants on too. And then down jacket. And then if necessary, put the rain jacket over all that stuff. But I usually don't have to do that. But it's there as an option if need be. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I know that wasn't maybe the most helpful answer, but I don't really have like a favorite mid layer, honestly. If I did, I would tell you, but I ain't gonna BS you. Um, as the crow flies says, you do need to come to West Virginia. We have great trails. I would love to visit the great state of West Virginia sometime. I went to Circleville, West Virginia when I was in high school on a charity trip, and that was the last time I went to West Virginia. I guess I drove through a couple times since then, but I didn't spend any time there. People are telling me I got to do the piss bottle. Not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Finally finished that beer. Kathy Casey said, "Will you bring any luxury items?" It's a good question. I get asked that a lot, and I always say like my camera gear is kind of my luxury item because it weighs a lot. It weighs like pounds just to have a stupid camera with me. So that's kind of a luxury item. I really don't have any other luxury items. I'm not gonna lie. I have things that some people would consider luxury items, but I don't. Like a stove, for instance. Like some like hardo ultralight hiker probably would consider a stove a luxury item because technically you don't need it, but I don't consider that a luxury item. Oh, Emily just pointed out I was in West Virginia on the AT. I completely forgot about that. That's true. The AT does go through West Virginia. Oh, by the way, I have a live stream idea for you guys. Let me know if you guys would be interested in this. I wasn't sure because it's not quite as interactive of an idea, but I was thinking of doing a live stream where I have a video on my channel, one of my first ones, where because I didn't vlog my through hike, but I did post on my Instagram story. And so I basically just took every single Instagram story from my through hike and put it into one video. And so you can go watch that. It's one of my first ones. But anyways, I was thinking of a live stream idea where I watch that video live and pause it and like comment on various things that you see in the video, or like give some like behind the scenes, like how I was feeling when I made this video, or like some other stuff that happened around that part that I didn't get on the video. Just like reacting kind of to the 30-minute video I made of all my Instagram stories from the AT. I was thinking about doing that. It sounds really fun for me. It's like one of those things where I'm not sure how receptive the audience would be, just because, first of all, if you joined like halfway through, it wouldn't really make sense. Like you kind of want to watch from the start. And also it probably wouldn't be quite as interactive, although I guess I could still answer questions and stuff. I would definitely still answer questions, but there would be like I would kind of half be focused on the chat, half focused on the video, unlike right now where I'm fully focused on the chat. So I don't know. Those are some of the problems I thought of, but I think it would just be fun for me to go back and relive that stuff. So I'm thinking about doing that. Maybe I'll do that this week. I don't know if people will tune in or not, but it sounds like a couple people are interested at least. So I'll probably do it either way. It's not all about the views, you know, it's not all about the views, and it would be fun for me. So maybe I'll do that. I would have to test out some new software in order to be able to not only have my webcam up here, but also have my screen up. I think I know how to do it, but you know, I'll give it a try. Let's see here. Yeah, looks like some people are interested in that. Patreon movie night with Kyle. Victoria said, hikers stole my stuff one night on a through hike. Come to find out they were tripping down the trail, not hiking. Sorry to laugh. That's terrible, but tripping down the trail. What do you mean? They were like tripping as in they were falling, or tripping as in they were taking psychedelics? What does that mean? Hope you got your stuff back. Annie said, going for my first overnight backpacking trip with my husband. We've only been married a month. His sleeping bag weighs 5 pounds and he's planning on bringing a camp chair. Will our marriage last? Annie, I am no marriage counselor, but I have my doubts. I don't know. You can work on the 5 pound sleeping bag, but if he's bringing a camp chair, that's tough. Did you know about this before you married him? Did he catfish you? It's not good. It's not good. Matt said, what were you for Halloween? I put on a Hawaiian shirt, some white socks, and a bucket hat. And I told everyone I was from Florida. That was my Halloween costume. As the Crow Flies says, best advice for a budding YouTuber. Help an old lady out. Best advice for YouTube? I mean, first of all, I have 22,000 subscribers. Like, that's absolutely nothing compared to a lot of people. So I am far from a YouTube expert, but I would say try to do something different than everyone else. Like, if you're just watching other backpacking YouTubers and trying to like copy them, which I'm not saying you are. I haven't seen any of your videos, but don't do that. Try to put your own spin on things and have good titles and thumbnails. That's the most important advice. Don't clickbait people, but if you're gonna clickbait people, the video has to be good. um, let's see here, and post a lot of videos too. Be consistent. Nolan said, "When does 46 climb start next year?" I'm not sure. It probably. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure about that. Probably sometime in the spring, I would guess. Salmon Outdoors said, "Hey Kyle, I bought some shoes off a drug dealer. I'm not sure what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. Haha." Couple cheap laughs there for Salmon Outdoors. Coming in here with the comedy. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yuri making fun of me for clickbait. Are my videos clickbait? A little bit. But I don't know. My thoughts about clickbait are, to me, clickbait is when you put something in the thumbnail title and then the video just does not even come close to living up to it. So if you put like a really catchy thumbnail title and then the video lives up to it, is that clickbait or is that just a good thumbnail? Something to think about. Something to think about. YouTube's very competitive, guys. Okay. So not only am I competing against every other hiking channel, but I'm also competing against every other channel. So every other channel that you're subscribed to, no matter what it is, no matter how famous they are, like I'm competing with fucking Mr. Beast. Do many of my subscribers watch Mr. Beast? Probably not, but there's so much content out there. It's hard to get people to click on your videos. It's hard to capture people's attention. So you got to try to stand out. You got to try to stand out. Maxwell said, "Going on my first hiking / backpacking trip. Any tips on getting boots?" Maxwell, my only tip there would be reconsider even getting boots in the first place, because a lot of folks find, myself included, that trail runners are actually superior to boots. But I don't really know what your situation is. If you have like a 80-pound pack, you probably want boots. If you're going in the winter, you definitely want boots. So if you're going in the winter, which would make sense because winter's coming up, do not bring trail runners. Okay, but you know what I'm saying. Victoria said, "Favorite skiing location with Flossie." I don't know, but we have an Epic Pass this year, so we're going to be going to a lot of different locations. Bolton Valley is where we went last year, and it was sick. Super sick. Let's do a few more here. Yuri said, "I just watch them. I don't care what you call your videos." Yeah, I wish I could just post videos without worrying about titles, but unfortunately, you are in the vast minority, because even this post-trail depression video I posted on Thursday, like barely anybody watched. Barely anybody clicked on it. So you got to have good thumbnails. Even though I have 22,000, almost 23,000 subscribers, not very many people watch that. So you got to, I know a lot of you guys do, and I really appreciate you, but you know, you gotta have good thumbnails and titles. Hate to say it. I wish it wasn't true, because I spend hours on my thumbnails sometimes, but it is what it is. Jennifer said, "I was thinking about starting a channel about doing day hikes, then visiting a local brewery nearby, maybe called a hike and a drink. Do you think anyone would like that?" That sounds interesting to me, but you gotta, that is a really cool idea. That's like very different. Like it's like a unique little idea. Just gotta have good titles and thumbnails. I know I keep going back to that. That is a cool idea though. That's a really cool idea. Chris said, "Should your trail runners be a size bigger and 2 lots of socks, or 1 layer of socks, toe socks, or not?" There's a lot of stuff in there, Chris. Why would you do it? Oh, I guess some people say that you should get shoes like bigger than your normal trail runners, bigger than your normal shoes, because like your feet swell. I don't know. I just get shoes that fit my feet normal. I just get my normal size shoes. And then I'm not sure what he meant by lots of socks. I just wear one pair of socks. um, oh, Salmon Outdoors coming in with a super chat, $5 Canadian, much appreciated. Thank you to everyone who's done a super chat, and everyone who's asked any questions for that matter. Well, that's all for me tonight. Before I leave, any favorite peaks? Excuse me, in the Northeast. I live in Ontario, so when the border opens up, I'm heading down. Let's see, where in Ontario do you live? I'm guessing if you live in the Northeast, you must live somewhat close to like New York, maybe. So if that's the case, I would go to the Adirondacks. A lot of people from Quebec and from Ontario come down to the Adirondacks to hike. So I don't know, Solomon. Where do you live? Do you live in Cornwall? Do you live in Kingston? And do you live all the way over in Thunder Bay? Because that's going to play a little bit of a role. But I would say come do some of the 46ers maybe in the Adirondacks. Like maybe hit Gothics because that's my favorite one, as I said earlier. Hit Gothics. Yeah, that's my recommendation. And thank you for all your super chats and all your questions and everything tonight, Solomon, and your joke, your cheap joke. All right, got time for a few more here. He said I live near Kingston. Oh, he's already done Gothics. All right, then go do the McIntyre Range. That's a good one. I live near Kingston. I went to Kingston one time a number of years ago. I was dating a girl at the time who had a summer home right across from Kingston in New York. And so we drove over and walked around Kingston. It was sick. I honestly don't even remember. We were there for like an hour, but let's see. Chris said, is a full year grid on the horizon? No, no way. No way. I'm not badass enough to do a full year grid. I would like to do not a single year, but I would like to redline someday, which is, if you guys aren't familiar, that's when you hike every single trail in the White Mountains. Basically, it's a little more complicated than that, but that's the gist of it. I would love to do that, but not a full year grid. No way. Taylor said, so now that Dixie and Taylor have both hiked in Ohio, when are you coming to visit? I can't go to Ohio to hike. No, that's not true. I can, but I probably won't. Not going to lie. That's it. Quarantine Cyclist said, do you have any goals outside the USA? I've been hiking in Europe, Asia, and Oceania, but only did some total basic trails in the US. I can't talk. I get asked this question all the time, like when are you going to come hike outside the US and stuff. I would love to, but the truth is nothing has really jumped out to me. That's not to say that nothing is awesome outside the US, like for sure, but like just nothing's really jumped out to me that I'm like, I need to make that happen. So, and honestly, another thing is like the US has so many sick places to hike. Like it's insane. It's like, why would I go somewhere else when there's so many things here that I haven't even seen yet? So maybe that's a bad attitude because like I do want to go. I've never even traveled, even just not hiking related outside the US or Canada. So maybe I will someday, but I think the world needs to calm down a little bit before I consider going anywhere else. Let's see here. Scrolling up, scrolling down. I think I'll answer like 3 more questions, guys. And I'm going to be picky. This is how we always end the live streams. I say that and then I stay on for like another half an hour trying to be really picky with the questions. So we got time for 3 more questions. By the way, guys, if you enjoy this content, you got to check out the Patreon. I always feel like such a dink plugging this stuff, but seriously, Patreon. I know a number of Patreon supporters are in the chat right now. Patreon supporters are the shit. So go check that out. I'm going to pin that real quick before we end here. Pin the Patreon. I've never pinned something on a live stream before, so hopefully that works. All right, I'm going to answer the first of the last three questions here. Got Gottfried Jones. Gottfried Jones said, "Bag or quilt, and why?" So, what's better, sleeping bag or sleeping quilt? In my opinion, I am a quilt guy for sure. I got a quilt on the AT, and I haven't looked back since then. I like a quilt because number one, it's a little bit lighter because there's no material on your back. It only covers you like this, if that makes sense. So I prefer a quilt for that reason. That's the first reason. Second of all, I think they're like pretty damn comfortable still. Like I think sometimes people get turned. I think sometimes people get turned off by the idea of having a quilt because they seem like it might not be as comfortable as like a fully enclosed sleeping bag. But personally, I think they're just as comfortable. Um, and I guess I don't really have another like solid reason. The biggest reason is the weight. Like I feel like you gain a lot of weight savings with a quilt and you don't really lose much of anything. The one thing you do lose is a hood. So if you're hiking in like really cold temperatures, you probably don't want to use one. Although I'm sure some people have still. I'm sure there's other ways to get around that too. You can get a hat, for instance, or I use my hood on my down jacket usually when it's that cold. So like I don't really miss the hood too much, but that's one thing to consider. If you really like the hood on a sleeping bag, then maybe don't get a quilt. But yeah. Um, Two more questions. um, Two more questions. I'm being very picky. Um, Very picky, clearly, because I haven't said anything. I always feel so awkward when I pause for a second. That's probably why my voice is giving out because I'm just blabbing, blabbing, blabbing. But that's a live stream. That's showbiz, baby. Maybe a sip of water will help. That's showbiz. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tonight. This is really fun. We've had like over 100 people watching for most of this, which is super sick. Much appreciated, everybody, for tuning in tonight. These are really fun. I'm gonna definitely keep doing these more frequently. All right, Milo. I will answer this as the second question. When did you complete the New Hampshire 48 and Adirondack 46? So, the New Hampshire 48 is when you hike all 48 4,000 footers in the great state of New Hampshire in the White Mountains. I completed those in July of 2017. And then the Adirondack 46 is a similar thing in the Adirondacks where you complete all 46 of the high peaks there. And I completed that in August of 2019. Both of those projects took me a number of years. Some people do them like super fast. Like some people do them in just like a month or, a hiking season. But I stretched them out over like the course of a couple of years each. I was like mostly done the 46 before I left for the AT because where I went to college was pretty close to there. But I didn't quite finish them. And so I had to go back after I finished the AT and finish them up the next summer. So yeah, August 2019 was when I finished the 46. And I really haven't been back to the high peaks except for that Mount Marcy hike since then. One more question. Make them good. Make them good. I love this, guys. This is freaking awesome. I have the best subscribers. It's not even close. Let's see. Waiting. Aaron or Ernie, I'm not going to answer that question. Not going to answer that question. If I want to keep this YouTube channel, I should probably stay away from those. Waiting. While I wait, I will thank you all once again because, yeah, I just love this. Like, it's so amazing to me that like this many people care about this content. Like, hell yeah, much appreciated, everybody. Luke, I'm gonna answer this one. Have you ever considered the Florida Trail? This is gonna be the final question. I would have said no most of my life, but for some reason, like lately, I haven't really been like thinking about it, but like when the few times I have thought about it, like yeah, maybe I would do the Florida Trail. The road walks on it make me not super stoked about it because there's a lot of road walks. That's my understanding, anyways. But I would consider it. I definitely want to do a section. Wow, a section. I definitely want to do that. Um, but I don't know. I would consider it. It's not like high on my list, but yes, I would consider it. And it sounds like Luke is tempted to do it. So Luke, you should send it, and then you should let me know how it is. Folks, that's gonna do it. We're gonna wrap this up. Actually, I'm gonna answer this one more question because it's kind of funny. Boy Scout said, "Do you think some YouTubers fake their hikes?" No, no, I don't. Okay, that's gonna do it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all your super chats, all your love. Once again, check out the Patreon if you watch this content a lot. It's just a couple bucks a month. It's not that bad. And Patreon is the number one way to continue to support this content. It's much appreciated. Link in the description. Link also pinned in the chat. Patreon.com/Collegiate hiking. It is like, yeah, I just said it. It's the best way to support this content. And thank you to everybody who's already on there already. All right. Yeah. I have no idea what I'm going to make for a video this week, so I should probably start thinking about that. Okay. I don't know what the hell that was. I should just end it. What am I doing? I'm just fucking around here. I'm going to end it. Peace out. Happy trails. Yeah.